All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of the TNT podcast. I'm your host, T.
I'm Tasha.
All right, and welcome back.
So what we talking about today, babe?
All right, so I was thinking the other day while I was listening to newer music, as well as reading the comments on the YouTube page and listening to feedback from a lot of our subscribers and followers. And something people always say when it comes to newer music or music that's post-2000 is that newer artists don't have the talent that older artists had or more traditional artists had. And so then it proposed a question in my mind, like, does talent even matter anymore?
Interesting.
So
are you asking me?
Yes, I am asking you. So in your opinion, does talent matter anymore?
I think it does, and I think it should, but on, like, as a whole, no.
Oh.
For, like, record companies, it's all about what it looks like, and then they can fix what it sounds like later.
Okay. Well, is this a new thing, or is this something that's always kind of been around?
This is started probably, like, early 2000s. With technology. Technology is the reason that you don't need talent anymore.
Now, you know what? I'm going to have to disagree with you.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there are, from doing these reactions and listening to music from all different eras, we have heard songs and have heard music that wasn't really the best, but the technology or the new sounds, mainly stuff from like the 80s and stuff, pew, 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 lasers. It makes it sound, it makes it sound, well, not new wave, because there are some good new wave songs, but just the technology makes the music better. And so the artist might not be specifically talented, but they make good music or have made a good song. And sometimes that translates to a one-hit wonder.
Okay. I guess I'm a little lost. So let's start from the past.
Okay. All right. So we'll start from right here. How would you define talent when it relates to the music industry? What does an artist have to have in order to be considered talented?
You should be able to sing.
Oh, okay. All right.
And now I don't think there's only a few artists that I can name currently that can really sing, as opposed to the past where everyone had to sing. And that's where you see the boom of Motown. You see you had Elvis, you had Marvin Gaye, you had Chuck Berry, you had all of these talents that I could name for days. I could go on with the talent because there was no technology. So if you went live, you actually had to sing.
Yikes. All right, so let me ask you this then. Do you think most artists right now, if they had to go live without anything, would they be able to perform at the same level?
No.
Versus someone like
only a handful.
Maybe Johnny Cash, who got on stage with just his guitar.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've been everywhere, man.
Hey.
Man, I could be a singer.
well, maybe with a little technology, maybe with a little auto-tune, and that proves my point.
Okay, right. And so that's something that I've seen as well. I've seen that throughout the years, there's been more implementation of technology, more stuff to get in a way to help boost an artist to become the total package.
Right.
And that's what it's kind of turned into. It's like, I guess maybe in the age of pop stars, it turns into you have to be able to sing and entertain at the same time.
But look a certain way as well.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's the biggest sell now.
Who do you think kicked that off?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'll give you a hint.
Britney Spears.
No. I'll give you a hint.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Give me a hint.
Uh-huh.
Elvis?
Mm-hmm. Because with Elvis...
But he could actually dance, sing, and he looked good.
Exactly. And so what do you think happened? Elvis blew up and everybody wanted to be Elvis. And everybody wanted to duplicate that superstardom or that pop stardom of Elvis.
Okay.
And so from there on, everything was like...
But they didn't have the technology back then, so you still had to get people with the talent, the looks,
So
when you stage
when you didn't have that, what did you use? You used the technology to kind of duplicate that superstardom.
Because now the record company only cares about money.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so technology has ruined talent.
Right, exactly. Okay. That's what I think. Okay. That's what I think. I think technology has ruined talent only because they've made it easier to duplicate talent. So it's easier to make it look like you can sing a certain way, or it makes it easier to make it look like you're a talented individual when you're not. As we were saying back in the day, people used to be able to sing, they could play the instrument, but nowadays you can get on stage and act like you're playing an instrument and it can sound just as good.
Well, also I think the mindset of people have changed, because you have to realize we're in the age of technology and then the generations. So our parents, what they like is completely different from what we like. Okay, and so because our attention spans are shorter because we grew up with technology, what do you have to do to gain the attention of people like that? So you have to look a certain way to keep my attention. Right. Okay. But then you have to be able to dance and entertain me without me losing interest within the next 30 seconds. But then if you can't sing, all I have to do is press this button and now we're all good. Right. And so they have this whole formula. Right. And maybe it's our fault.
Oh, wow. So then the question is, which one is more important, entertainment or talent? Oh. Because then if you ask me, it doesn't matter how talented you are. If you can't entertain me, I'm not going to watch you or listen to you.
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay.
So that's something I want y'all to think about. And you can leave your thoughts and your comments in the comment section. Would you rather be entertained? Ooh. Or would you rather be, you know, would you rather see or hear somebody?
Because if you can sing, but you can't keep my attention, because what makes you different? Because of globalization and the internet, we see so many talented people. And we even have shows like American Idol finding talented people. But then you see the people like she bangs, get all the attention because it's interesting. It's funny. It's entertainment.
I was watching Rick Beato a little while ago, and he posed an interesting question. He said that if Jimi Hendrix were alive today and he had a YouTube channel, would he be as famous or as popular as he was back in the day?
Shout out to Rick Beato for that. That's very interesting.
And that was just something to think about, because nowadays you can get on YouTube and you can see tons and tons of people playing guitar, and there's 100 Jimi Hendrixes out there. Yikes. And they don't get the recognition that they deserve. But it's almost like, is that guitar playing or is that style unique considered in consideration to what other things that we have to entertain us?
Interesting. So where do you think the future of music is going, since technology is so heavily a part of the music industry now? You know what?
I think the music industry is going into the past, because what I see nowadays is newer or emerging artists aren't blowing up because of their original music or their songs. But what they're doing is they're doing covers. And the only reason why they're doing covers is because covers or remixes of covers or samples are familiar with people. And so you can hook people in
with that nostalgic
with that something that they're familiar with. And then once you're hooked in, you'll be like, oh, wow, let me explore more of this artist's music. And then that way you can be introduced to some of their more original pieces. And from there, you might like it, you might not. But they do their job by getting your attention. Okay. And so, yeah.
So the answer to your original question, does talent matter in music?
In the age of technology.
In the age of technology.
No.
I'm
sorry. It's just what it is now.
It's just what I see. But talent does help.
We're getting to a point of where talent doesn't help at all.
I'm so conflicted. I can't really
because
answer
look,
it. So
you know what?
Answer it
yeah,
first.
y'all let us know down in the comment section. But you know what? We're not going to get into it today, but we will when we talk about AI assisted technology. We're going to talk about ChatGPT writing people's songs because I've experimented with it. I fed ChatGPT a whole bunch of songs and I said, hey, write me a song that's very similar to this, and it did it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Maybe I'll on that episode. Yeah, maybe on that episode I'll sing it or something, and y'all can let me know. So a reactor, y'all can let me know how talented I am.
Ooh.
Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and of course, we'll see y'all next time.
All right.
Peace.
Ta-ta.